It's me. It's me. It's the DOC. Friday. I'm excited. Friday football tonight. Lovely day outside. So we're just going to spend a few minutes previewing the game, what I'm thinking before this contest. You know, we'll be locked in. Detroit Lions on SI. After this, we'll put out the story and then get outside a little bit before we head back in to check out the game. Lions and Falcons tonight, 8 o'clock. MC3, who dat? It's him. You know it. Friday, Jay Hart, Doc. Welcome to everyone that tunes in. If you don't get a chance to see this live, make sure you check back, rewind it, ask any questions you want in the comments. We usually get to a lot of time is spent going back and reviewing everything that was commented on, like the stream. Thanks so much for everybody that has engaged, the new subscribers, those that are checking in, all the new Bears fans that love my Caleb Williams reporting live from the Dolphins and the Bears practice. You know, we have people all over the NFL. I have colleagues. So people are like, where did you see that from? If I put per sources, that means someone's telling me. But I know I get it. You can ask. I get a little silly at times, so I respect the question. But I don't fake quotes and put, hey, someone told me Caleb Williams today was very meh. So that's how it goes. It's fun times. But of course, we're going to slant the coverage negative against Caleb Williams. I hate the Bears. And we don't like Ben Johnson anymore. This is an anti-Ben Johnson house. So go find your Bears praise somewhere else. Brent, great to have you. Hey, Doc, caught you live for a change. Welcome. Cartier, Doc, your clickbait past is behind you. You know it's not clickbait. It was always great news, always relevant information, never clickbait. But if you think so, then for me, the last 15 years, then I must be CBS. Clickbait specialist. Good work. Check out the feature that we did. Spent the week learning about the VR room. Did a feature like everybody else. This was feature week. My goodness. All the features dropped this week. It was not planned. It was just information that I just heard listening to Rock Ya Sin. Go check it out. I think it's very quality work. Do I still have some entertainment in me? Of course. There's always going to be some fun, spicy headlines always there. It's just a spicy headline. The definition of clickbait is when you click on it, it's not related to the topic. That's never going to be happen. You'd be booted off the internet. That's right. Mr. Lupe, hey, Doc's looking sharp. That's right. The wife has said, hey, it's a new year. You got to get a new wardrobe. She's showered me with like 15 new collared shirts. Thank her. I want to thank her publicly. She's great. Wayne, good afternoon, all. It's great to see you as well. Great to see you hopping in. Yeah, that was awesome too. I saw that. MC3, the relationship between Gibbs and Choice seems pretty wholesome. Absolutely. For those who don't know what MC3 is talking about, the Lions today dropped a video that featured just an amazing collab with Tashard Choice and Jahmyr Gibbs just going over film. Jahmyr Gibbs dropped that he's now with the Jordan brand. He's going to have a lot of custom shoes getting out there. So he's going to be fly with all his gear and his kicks. He's going to be out there doing his thing. And it was just great to see Tashard Choice just laughing about Jahmyr Gibbs just running away from people. And it was good to see Tashard Choice highlights. He was a good player. One of the players that in my youth that you could see doing some things. Tashard Choice was a baller. He could do some things. Lady Patrice gets in. Hi, Doc, with a heart. Hello to you. Welcome. Want to see you more in the comments, Lady Patrice. Ask away. Now, tonight, we have business at hand. Business at hand to talk about the Falcons game. Just a fan. Doc, I love listening to you. Facts. Thank you. That's why I do it. That's why I fired up. I could be outside, could be doing a lot of different things, but I wanted to talk about the game. There's some important nuggets we got to talk about. Who needs to step up? I read a tweet that scared me. I was like, uh-oh. because the visual, I hope, doesn't happen. So we'll see. We'll check into it. But let's start with the question of the day. Still unconfirmed. I'll be honest, I have not blown up anybody's phone to find out. I'll just wait and see. I really did today. I'll tell you a little bit before how my day went. I slept good, slept till 8 o'clock or so, put the final pieces together of the story. I hope you guys check it out and like it. Spent a whole week learning about the VR room that Rocky Sin told us about last week. I'm like, oh, they have virtual reality at the Lions? And I learned specifically from multiple players who's using it, how it's used, and it's amazing. If you guys are gamers out there, go check it out. I think it's a nice nugget of different information away from the game. Of course, we got the game coverage, everything at Lions on SI, and then a little supplement today. It won't be that long today, maybe 30, 45 minutes. We could go longer, but it's a nice day. I got to get a walk in, keep my tan flowing. But always, first and foremost, thank you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Any super chats, you jump right to the front of the line. It's a fun opportunity to be part of the community. That's all I want it to be. And I want to thank everybody at different radio stations who have been interviewing me, calling me for those podcasters that want me on their shows. It's humbling. That's all I've ever wanted. That's why I rarely say no. And if I say no, I just reschedule it. So it's really cool. My man, Phil, walked early this morning when it was cool. Phil, good man. Get in daily. I love it. One of the dailies. Agent Cooper, the man. That's really nice. Doc's the reason I tune into other Detroit-based shows. Glad you have your own now. It's fun time, man. I've been doing a podcast for a long time, and now I'll have a little slice of the YouTube pie as well. Why not? People are here. I'll be here. It's a fun time, man. I'm excited for the game. I'm definitely excited for 8 o'clock. I got up this morning. Sleep has been great. Does the doc well. Put the final touches on that feature. You guys have received it well. I'm very happy, to just prove people, hey, I'm not just a guy that just drops bombs on stories. I can gather information. I can listen to interviews and put together stories. And the blessing is you guys trust you want to read it. That's what makes it fun. You guys are reading that VR story at a high clip. I'm very excited. You guys are listening to this channel. I'm very excited. I really honestly never thought that recording live and broadcasting live with a camera in front of me would be something I would like doing every single day. Now, again, it will end when training camp ends, but we'll work together, us in the community. We'll pick a time. It might be daily, Monday through Friday, but we'll pick a time 1 or 2 times a week. That Doc will be there. If you have any questions, he'll go live and we'll get after it. We'll pick a time. Might be 10 a.m. I'm a morning guy. Might be noonish. Might be 1-ish. Depends on different days. We'll pick a different time. Sorry, the game's at 7. Yeah, the best part is that I was hoping it was going to be 8. Darn it. That would have been funny. I tune in at 8 o'clock and I'm already an hour late. Game's at 7. That's why Christian did the when to watch. That's the facts. Darn it. That's actually good for me. That's actually really good for a 7 o'clock game. It'll be done at 10. I'll lay out the coverage. We'll have a live blog going during the game. If you're not watching it, we'll have it going. Christian will run that with myself. And we'll have a game story, 10 o'clock. When the game ends, recapping what the big takeaways were, who played well, who didn't, around 11:30. If there's any injuries, we'll cover that. And then we'll slam wall-to-wall tomorrow. I know you guys don't stay up late and read Lions coverage to that degree till midnight, 1 o'clock. Go have fun out there. And then tomorrow, starting at 7, 8 o'clock, wall-to-wall coverage. Who did well? Who didn't? What did the game mean? How did Hooker look? All those kind of things will go wall-to-wall. Coverage that you come to expect. And I'll be on the air as well at some point. Listen, let the doc be the psychologist. You in the chat, unless you have a psychology degree, we're not going to play psychologist in the chat. That's funny. That makes me laugh. Let the DOC handle the psychology. The funny part is I've been doing psychology as much as sports. All right. What do you guys think? Dan Campbell hinted that he's probably weighing the decision clearly, but he wants to see Tyleik Williams and Tate Ratledge. There's a more than 50% chance they get out there and play. They should. He said that Tyleik Williams has got to get in better shape, and he gets that through reps. And you get in football shape by getting out there and playing. They're young guys. They get after it. I think they should play today. Am I wrong? What do you guys think? Not that long. A series, a couple series, maybe a first quarter. Let Hendon Hooker play on a line behind the line that features Tate Ratledge. That'd be great. You know, I think that opening some holes for the running backs might get some work in. I think that, you know, who's it more important for? Tate's been doing a good job. I think it's more important for Tyleik Williams. Getting after it a little bit. Jamming the middle. Because, you know, typically in the preseason, there's usually a higher percentage of run calls so that teams can see how the blocking is along the trenches there. What do you guys think? But look what happened yesterday. You wake up and you're like, oh my goodness, Rashawn Slater's done for the year. C.J. Gardner-Johnson carted off. So it's not just the Lions dealing with injuries. In the games, Richardson jammed his pinky. You're like, oh man, the Lions can see. That's where I get fearful. I'm sorry, the Lions' injuries have scared me. The Lions' injury situation, especially knowing that Ennis Rakestraw just came off of a practice, he gets hurt and he's done for the year, surgery. He's doing AI voices, all sad, and then he's got to come on social media and be like, "Stop blasting my DMs and telling me I'm getting cut. Stop being nasty in the direct messages." Man, I don't want to see any more injuries. You can ill afford to lose Tyleik Williams, so I'm scared. Got to be honest. The Lions have some weird injury thing going on. I know the chat will say, "Doc, you can't be scared. It's football." So I'm conflicted. I want to see him play. I think he'll develop. Only if you can guarantee me at 8:30 when he gets out of the game at halftime that he's going to be healthy. I just don't want nothing bad to happen to the first round pick, because if the interior I like the starting defense, healthy, all healthy 11. You take one out, I'm not as confident. It's challenging, man. It's challenging with all those injuries. Every time you see a big hit, you're like, please get up. The crowd at one of the practices, I think the night practice, was into it. They were groaning when David Montgomery got hurt. They were literally almost like if you could audibly hear what fed up sounds like, I heard it. It was like, no, seeing him limp off, and then just people were groaning. They were not happy. And then when he came back, it was so much better. What do you guys think? Should Tyleik Williams, Tate Ratledge play? How much should they play? Let me know in the comments. And hit that like button. Let's up the likes. Any questions, get them in. We'll address them maybe in the last 10, 15 minutes. Should Tyleik Williams, Tate Ratledge suit up? I think they will. I mean, I think that you got to get them some game experience live on the road. Learn some things. Noise, distractions. Most importantly, who must step up for the Detroit Lions? You guys know, number one is going to be Hendon Hooker. He has to get out there, and he has to step it up, run the offense. Everybody's eyes are going to be on Hendon Hooker. He's going to be running with the twos. So that's a much better talent level, much better offensive line. Hopefully Isaac Tesla will get open for him. Let him air out the ball. I know we're going to see some running backs. I want to see Sailors do some more good things. I think he has a chance to kind of shoot his way up the depth chart. I like the opportunity that this offense has to play a lot better than they did against the Chargers. Who must step up? Hendon Hooker, number one, top of the list. What do you guys want to see from the Lions backup today? First and foremost, call some pass plays. Throw some guys open. Pre-snap reads. Get the offense in and out of the huddle. Keep it clean. Score points. First downs. The basics of fundamental, solid, reasonable football. I don't need him throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just march up and down the field. Look like you're proficient. Don't look like a lost puppy out there. Look like a backup that's competing to be a starter, even though we all know you're never going to take Jared Goff's job in Detroit. Look like it. Compete. Start. Someone saying, a guy like Easy, someone that's in the chat, someone make it so that someone out there in the internet land says, man, because everyone now, when someone says Hendon Hooker should be the starter, we all laugh and go, yeah, right. Make people talk about you. That's the job. We'll talk about players to watch. There's some good running backs out there that the Lions are going to feature. They're doing decent. They're doing a decent job across a lot of different positions. It stunk that Robichaud didn't get a chance after, a short period of time. He was already gone. We did a feature on him, which was funny. Vaki's going to be interesting. We are going to see in the second half mostly Jacob Sailors and Jabari Small. First half, I would presume, I was of a different opinion yesterday when I was live, Lone Wolves podcast. I said that Craig Reynolds should sit. He's earned the job. He's the third running back. He's ahead of Vaki. He's ahead of everybody. He should get that bubble wrap treatment. But I would presume he might get some more work because Vaki could, Vaki, if he doesn't play, could, I don't want to put that out there, but let's say something happens to Craig Reynolds. That would have happened because he couldn't sit because Vaki's out there. Vaki was injured. I want to see Vaki, but he didn't practice the last time. So I'm not so certain he's going to play today. We'll find out. Small and Sailors should get the second half of the work. They got to step up, got to earn some spots. Maybe even take Vaki's job. You never know. Any one or two games when you stick out, people pay attention. Phil, Doc would make a great teacher. Lions should have you on the staff. I would prefer to be the staff psychologist. Just come in, tell me your problems. I'll tell you to stay off social media. Tell you to listen to some podcasts. What areas to how to relax. Or the motivational speaker, the guy that just comes in and just screams for 20 minutes about how great they can be. You can win it all. Win it for the city. Win it for the Doc. Win it for the Doc. Win it for me. That way I can retire. I just want to see it. It'd be great, man. It's a great opportunity. First and foremost, Hendon Hooker. The wide receivers got to step up. Jackson Meeks, has an opportunity because of Dominic Lovett. And it's unfortunate that Dominic Lovett got hurt a week or so. Hopefully now next week he'll be back. Hope for the joint practices we'll get a chance to see him. But Jackson Meeks has a chance because Lovett is gone for the time being. Tough situation with the injuries this week, but Jackson Meeks has a chance to step it up. Get after it. Let's be factual here. Let's not be erroneous. 2 boxes. What are you talking about? I'd have to stand on, they'd have to make a special stand for the Doc. You guys want to laugh? Maybe one day we'll link to the photo. I stood behind the podium and took a photo, and everybody in the media laughed. I let them laugh at me because it was ridiculous. The thing looked bigger than made me look like I was 2 inches tall. Absolutely, William. It's undefeated. And here's why. Do not get married during your career at all. Focus. All those stories. Oh my God. It will cost you half. You'll have to, if you would have thought you had a 6-year career, now you got to play 12. Keep it in your pants. It's the devil. Until you retire. Oh, man. Man, it's tough. There's a lot of families, man. There's a lot of families, a lot of family days, man. You see a lot of the players, man. It's good. They're family oriented. The Lions do pick a lot of great guys. But I will say, from a personality standpoint, that would be great if the Lions had a player that just brought in a new girlfriend every week. That would be funny. A lot of family guys, a lot of good Christians, in my opinion. But that would be great if, we look over and be like, wasn't he with somebody else last week? And then just recite, be like, yeah, I got, just somebody that was a player. I don't think the Lions have brought in guys that have been dating multiple females, at least outwardly. But now, if Zadarius Smith shows up, now the doc's going to have to step up, going to have to wear his diamond crosses and his bling and see if I can get in Cash Doll's entourage. Listen, Cash, you need a good psychologist on your entourage. You need a podcaster to entertain you now that Zadarius is gone. Let's go shopping. Let's go hang out. I joked around. I should be in one of the entourages. He's not bringing him around. Bring around some 10s. J-Mo is that guy, Doc, Derek says. I'm talking about show it off. Like openly, like don't care. All friends. Yeah, just a good friend. Warm, personal friend. I would have said that, Phil, but when he dressed up in that Steve Austin thing, that leather outfit, I'm like, no. When you let her dress you, you're not just friends. His stuff was shining. I was going to wear that. I was going to get that made for myself too. Black and a bunch of shiny sequins. That'll be a fun time. But yeah, a lot of good guys on the Lions. Who else to step up? All right, now's the time where we got to lock in because something serious could happen. Giovanni Manu. I saw this and I was like, from a film guy and a good writer, but somebody that slants a little bit positive to the Lions. A lot of positive messages. My goodness, one-sided from Mr. Al Karsten. I was like, my goodness. One day I should ask him, is there anything you don't like about the Lions? But he posted something that scared me. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, no, I didn't want to think of this because I got to be pessimistic and you guys got to convince me because this is the pessimistic portion of the podcast. A lot of P's lately. If you've been paying attention, the power of positive perspective and persuasion is what I bring as a podcaster. Let me share this. Oh my God. Al, you did this in public? Oh, Al, you had to share that? It stopped me in my tracks. So I'm going to highlight it so more people can see it. Oh, Al, football guy. Let me get it fit the screen. There it is. Lions offensive tackle Giovanni Manu is likely starting at left tackle. Pause. I don't know if he earned it. Let's go with the other guy, 76. With injuries to Dan Skipper and Jamarco Jones, potentially facing off against Falcons first-round rookies Jalen Walker and James Pierce will be a big test. Wrong. Let's not have that test. I don't want to see that. No way, Jose. Doesn't that scare you? Am I being crazy? Read it again. Giovanni Manu starting opposite of Jalen Walker and James Pierce. Full stop. I don't think that's good for Hendon Hooker. Because if that's the case and Manu is tasked with stopping these guys, I'm Hendon Hooker. I'm going, listen, step it the F up. Don't mess up today. Because Manu took the wrong side of the beating from Aiden Hutchinson this week. He writes more. If Manu does get the start and Tate opens at the right guard or center, I'm curious if we see Mahogany start for a few series. I do not see that at all. Am I wrong? But that scares me. That scares me deeply, intensely. I don't want to see it. I do not want to see that. I would say more of the speed. Does Manu struggle with speed rushers or bull rushers more? It's a combination because Aiden does both. I would say that he's able to anchor and consistently he can move people. But I would say that definitely speed and power is going to impact everybody. And it's one of those deals where Aiden is so far elite with his footwork and his power, it's tough to decipher. But maybe I'm wrong, Derek. Maybe he'll go out there and he'll step it up. I would say more based on your question, it would be speed because they can shift and then you have to really have good footwork, hand placement, and your fundamentals got to be he can match power. He can engage. He's a strong man. But when you have speed and moves and elusivity, oh my God, these defensive ends on the Lions, they're coming with the full package. Swim move, rip move, power. They bring it all. So I would say, to your point, speed would impact someone a little bit more than power. He's strong enough. He can anchor. He can move people. But man, Menu didn't have a good enough. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. Second team. Let him gain some confidence. Justin Heron. I could be wrong. No inside info. Just based on what I saw, if Manu goes out there, I don't know how he's going to execute. I would be more comfortable with Heron based on practice. We'll come back on tomorrow and we'll see if I was right or wrong. Manu's like, hey, it's your time, man. Get after it. Coach is like, I don't care if you're going up against James Pierce, but that could hurt Hendon Hooker. That could blow up plays. This is not the Hutch rule. They're not stopping the whistle because the defensive linemen are getting into the backfield. So we'll see if I'm wrong regarding who steps up at the left tackle spot. All right, let's go through some of the positions and who's got to step it up. All right, clearly Hendon Hooker, Kyle Allen, we talked about it. The tight ends, Shane Zylstra now has more competition. Now that the Lions signed somebody, Kenny Yeboah, Zach Horton, got to step it up. The backups, the competition for center, Cologne, I expect to get after it. I probably would presume he's going to start. You'll get a chance to see him. I think a lot of people want to see about Cologne and Roy Lopez. Deal. I heard you guys loud and clear. I will write something on Cologne and Lopez starting next week at practice. How do they look against the Dolphins? How do they look Monday? I will hit on some of these names. Egwakun, Nice, Cologne. We'll talk about it. Now, good question. Who's going to back up Hutch? We got to find out. Mitchell Agude, Nate Lynn, Ukwu. Hassanin got to get after it. Aiden, Marcus, Al-Quadin Muhammad, the veteran, and Hassanin are probably locks to make the 53-man roster, but stay tuned tomorrow. We will have a 53-man roster. Who's going to be potentially a contender? Is it Nate Lynn? He's done very well, 57. Ukwu, Mitchell Agude. Cornerbacks. Now they got to step up. A job's there. There's a spot. There's a job. Boodle, Whiteside, Tyson Russell, Hallett, DJ Miller, Luke Barco. There's a job for somebody. Amik, Rock Sin, DJ Reed, Terry Arnold. Those are the locks. So you got 6 guys that potentially could get after it for you. Someone's got to make a play. Step it up. Boodle's got some energy to him. Competitive. Nick Whiteside, Hallett, make some plays. So you got to step it up. You got to put your name in the hat that I have to. The job of those guys is to make my life miserable, to make me go, who am I going to put out? And unfortunately, guys, I don't think Broderick Martin is going to play. He's going to be a tease. He's going to be out. I think in all of the 53-man roster projections you're going to see, Broderick Martin should be out. He hasn't done anything. He's only on the notebook that I have for his participation or not there. That's it. 99 here, 99 not here. That's it. So he's going to be out. Lawrence Strickland, Ian Kennelly, Maurice Norris have a chance now with Dan Jackson being out to make some noise. Those guys got to step it up. Kennelly is in the lead. I think Avonte Maddox has a spot. We all know that. The vet. Rock Ya-Sin, battling. Strickland, Norris, and Ian Kennelly got to get after it. Those are the guys. Who do you guys want to see step it up? Let me know. We got about 5-10 minutes left. Ha. Yeah. Boodle had himself a rough week of practice, but that's practice. Games are different. Players have made statements before in some of these preseason games when they haven't had good practice. Remember, they're going up against some decent competition. Tom Kennedy's been in multiple camps. Isaac Tesla. So those are the people that want to step up. What do you guys want to see from this game? It's going to be a fun contest. Get your questions in. Last 5-10 minutes. I'm excited to see a lot of different things. I hope to see, some opportunities for Jake Bates to kick some things, to kick from varying degrees of distance. 53, a little bit deep. See what he's got in the game action. I'm very excited to see also in the second half, some of the reserves. Colby Sorsdahl getting his opportunity. How far into the game is he going to play? Moody, Netane Moody, the offensive lineman. There's so many good battles that there's opportunities to see guys develop and grow. All balls, no D says, I don't care who steps up. I just want reliable depth or starters. I don't care what their last name is. Okay. That's a very good point. I can share with you where you're comfortable depth-wise. You're not comfortable with backup. You're pretty comfortable with the interior of the offensive line. I'm comfortable. Tackles, not comfortable. Linebackers, not comfortable with the depth. Interior of the defensive line, pretty comfortable. Defensive ends, fairly comfortable. Would accept another edge rusher in Zadarius Smith. Safeties, getting more and more comfortable. Cornerbacks, not comfortable. Need more. Am I wrong? I think I hit pretty much the spots that are key, and I think I'm fairly accurate. I almost think I got them all right based on what I'm seeing. Dan Gamble, I'm interested in red zone, both on offense and defense. Smart. When you're in the red zone, score the points. Touchdowns. Definitely execute. Maybe Tom Kennedy can get some love. Shane Zylstra, work hard, guys. Craig Reynolds deserves a touchdown. And then prevent the touchdowns from the Falcons. That stinks. We won't get probably a chance to see Kirk Cousins. I'm a fan, clearly, from his state days. I've met him at the Tigers game. Spartan Dogs. 2 Spartan Dogs at the bottom of Comerica. That photo I got maybe inappropriately, but I didn't care. It was Kirk Cousins. So the Kirk Cousins story was funny. I'm covering I have a badge, a credential. And I'm like, oh, Kirk Cousins throwing out the first pitch. This is great. Let me get down, position myself in a good spot. So he's taking photos underneath Comerica with a couple fans. Hey, Kirk, can I get pictures? No problem. Smiling. He's happy. He's in a good mood. I'm like, oh, this is my chance. I'm like, hey, Kirk, nice to meet you. I went to state. Can we grab a photo? And then the 2 ladies just standing there from the Tigers were looking like, this dude has a badge on. Like, this is probably not what he should be doing. I didn't care. I met Kirk Cousins. I said, hey, keep up the great work. Appreciate your game. Great time at Michigan State. You did your thing. We had a little chat, and he was fine with it. But the staffers are always great. The staffers are always trying to, in my opinion, in my experience, the staffers are always trying to rush people away from me, and I'm trying to slow people down. One more question, Doc. One more question. Last question, please. Oh, he's got to go. He's got to go train. He's got to go do 50 other interviews besides you. But I don't care anymore. I do what I want within the parameters of reasonability. I wanted to meet Kirk Cousins. I wanted that photo. So I got it. And then I walked off. That's why they probably have those rules. Do not seek. I didn't ask for his autograph. I just wanted a picture. 2 Spartan Dogs getting together. No, I don't cook. Phil, did your mom teach you to cook, Doc? No, I don't cook. All that stuff that you saw in the recent photos was prepared by my mom. In a fun note, this week the family's been vacationing without me. I had the training camp duty, so they've been vacationing. My whole family's vacationing without me. It's just me and my mom. So this week was pretty simple. Work, podcast, eat, hang out with mom, go home. Simple week. Hang out the office, write, record, edit, and family comes back thankfully tomorrow. Man, was it a rough week. It's not fun without your family. It makes it no fun when you don't get to see the kids and the wife. So they come back tomorrow. I'm very happy. Very happy. So hopefully you didn't know. Well, hopefully you didn't notice. Little twinkle less from the Doc without his family. Doc, the pit bull, he never lets go. No, you can't. You can't be passive in this life. People take advantage of you. One more question, please. Yeah, I got one more. Can I just sneak one in? Thanks. One more question. That's it. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys are sick. Falcons money line tonight. Is that a good bet? Love your sickness. Love it. I am fairly good at prognosticating, but that's sick. You know, we don't know how these guys are going to perform consistently. And also too, I don't want to steer you in a direction because I know nothing about the Falcons reserves. Not a thing. I know they got Bijan. I know they got Pierce. I know they got a quarterback in Michael Penix. But besides that, I know nothing about the Falcons. Other than the Lions are going to be better than them. So good luck. You tell me. What are you betting? I'm betting, I think, if my spidey senses are right, Tigers all weekend. They're playing some teams that aren't that good coming up. Bet the Tigers. Phil, no, I don't always get the first question. That's not me. I always get the last question. Phil, how do you always get the first question at pressers? No, that's not me at all. That's not my voice. Sorry, I'd love to. But I like to sit back and wait because my questions typically are going to always be totally different than the other reporters. They want some nuts and bolts operational type stuff. I want the stuff that's generating the interest in my mind. Sometimes it's different, which is good. A lot of times about injuries, a lot of times about stuff that doesn't go right or things I think could be better. But you always know because on the videos, they look to the left. They look down and then like this. They're looking like this. Yeah, Doc, whatever. Yeah, good question. Or they're going like this because they have to listen to make sure they get it right so they don't mess up. So they're looking like this. So that's the look that you know that they're talking to me. Mom's was nice to me this week. Don't worry. Absolutely. Doc wants the internal hard questions answered. They're not hard. Guys, I really don't believe that. Truly. And if you ask me just that real small thing, no football question's hard. It's well-trained people could answer any of these questions. This is football. The better way to put it is Doc willing to ask questions that are a little bit more direct and a little bit more, I guess to say, they're not tough questions. It's always going to be about something that's critical. I don't like this. I don't why or of a constructively criticized nature. You ran this play at this time. Why didn't you do this? Or hey, I noticed that you had an issue with Aubrey Pleasant and looked like there was some communication issues throughout the first half. Did you get it fixed? Why didn't it get fixed sooner? And Dan had to tell me basically that's why we fired him. Because I was like, man, the communication issues seemed like it went on through the whole game. What was going on? The defense looked terrible. So in the end, they're never tough. I can't believe a football question from a reporter is tough. It's probing. And in the end, the blessing is that because I was a fan and paid my hard-earned dollars to watch that team, he in essence is talking to me. You're answering questions that I want to know. And then in turn, because I was a fan, I relate to some portion of the fan base that would like that question. So in essence, it's just personal. What do I want to know? And what do I think the fans deserve to know from the head coach? And I think he respects that. And I think everybody respects that. There's enough team reporters there to get the fluff questions. Dan, you guys lost 27-3, but Jahmyr Gibbs ran for 40 yards. How great is that? Okay, man. That portion, if it was up to me, the one thing is I would take the team reporters out. Like, you can talk to Dan anytime you want. He's in the building. They don't need to be asking questions. You can go talk to him anytime you're in the building. Dan, it's really great. I know you guys lost, to the Ravens, but it really looked like your secondary stepped up and didn't quit in the second half. Bro, nobody cares about that. The team lost. Thanks. They didn't quit. Thanks for that nugget. And it's going to get worse now. Now that ESPN is partnering with NFL Network, it's going to be the fluff show. I wonder if they'll still do exposés and uncover stuff now that they're partnering. The NFL owns part of ESPN. If I own something, I ain't want you talking bad about me. I'm your owner, 10%. So I hope that the coverage stays strong at ESPN. But I don't know. It's going to be a lot more fluff. Derek, Colby looked good last week. Do the coaches feel that way too, or is he a long shot? No, I think he's got a chance for a reserve spot, but he's teetering. The just definition of a bubble player. He needs these 3 games to shine. He needs that good practice against the Dolphins. Same, Cartier. I hate when the reporters ask how happy they are about something. Such a waste of time asking something like that. I know, I understand that word happy, but it gets the coach to answer it. So that's their job. Dan, that's a great point. Dan, oh man, how happy are you with the offense? I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Dan, how happy are you with the coordinators? I like what I see. How happy are you? But that's their job to do that. It's just, I wish that they, if, as a trade-off, instead of getting 10 minutes, we'd get 20 and let them ask their 2 or 3 questions, because they're just fluff. That doesn't count. Those questions are PR questions from the team. But they generally do a good job of asking some good stuff too. But it's slanted. It's just period. They're getting a check from the team. You look like a retired wrestling libre when you're all cleaned up. Love the show. Marcus Newsom, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for the comments and the likes. I love it too. I already went long. Holy cow, it's 3:30. How am I going to get this up by 4? That's going to come out late. Yeah, Mac, you got to throw some softballs in there to keep it light. Otherwise, the coaches would just give you coach speak on every question if they're all tough. Absolutely. But to me, it doesn't make a difference either way. To me, my site has an established amount of readers, and whatever Dan says to any of the questions is fine. Either he coach speaked it or didn't. Yeah, the whole purpose is to get the best quote possible, but that's there's so much content that the responses to questions is a portion of it. There's so much more. So in the end, it's really selfish. I just get to ask. I'm blessed to just ask Dan questions that I want to know about directly. And sometimes I ask Christian, I go, that probably wasn't the best way to ask that, but I want to ask it. And Dan's fair. Like, he knows how to punt it. He knows how to, I don't want to, sometimes he'll just say it. I've only gotten that maybe twice. He's like, I don't want to answer that. He's like, he just moves on. So Dan is an expert, and he's nice and fair and gives the media fair responses. So it's not bad at all. It's 1,000% better than Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia would talk for 5 minutes and not say anything and make us all hate our lives. Like, literally, I was wondering when Matt went, because I came in Matt Patricia in that first year. I just sat and observed everybody. And I said, why would anybody want to cover the NFL with this guy leading the way? This is horrible. I always question, like, why did I fight to get in this room with this guy? I'm like, I thought it was me. Like, I didn't talk to a lot of reporters, so I thought it was just me being like mean. I'm like, I can't write any of this. I can't use any of this. This is not interesting to me. I don't care what this man is saying. And half the time he would put me to sleep because I couldn't listen to it all. It would be literally 1,000 words on nothing. And so I said to myself, oh, I don't like reporting. I don't like all the rules of the PR being like so mean and directive. I'd sit back and never got in trouble, but I'd see the PR staff get all riled up about people where they were sitting and da da da. It was all coming from Matt, and they were tense. I was like, this isn't fun. So I made it fun with the podcast, and I had a good time with it. But sitting in that room with Matt Patricia was atrocious. And so when Dan came in, it was a fresh air because he was entertaining, he was honest, and he gave you things that was relevant. Like, he's personable. Matt Patricia was a poser, pretending to be an NFL coach. He was actually, to give him the respect, he was a coordinator, and that was his ceiling. He should have never been promoted to be a head coach. He was somebody's boy and got a job. And that was a mistake by the Lions. They should have kept Jim Caldwell. Yeah, I don't think he would have won a Super Bowl, but he would have gotten some more cracks at it. He might have taken the team there. But Bob Quinn couldn't avoid the nepotism, gave his boy a job when the organization and the team, the locker room, loved Jim Caldwell. Slick move there. So that's how it was. My first year or two, just sit quiet, learn, write what questions I like. I wrote down a lot of questions people asked. Who asked what the response was it good, what I liked. And then I said, all right, good, I'm ready to go. And so 2-3 years in, I asked questions every single day. I was surprised. There was one beat writer that never asked a question. I was like, all you do is type loudly? Don't you ask any questions? Ever? Never asked a question. I was like, oh, it's fun gig for you. But there's things I want to know. Naturally, I'm a psychologist. I know how to ask questions. Why didn't it happen? Why did you not win? Let's grow. Like and sub for the doc. Let's grow this channel. Just consistency, day by day. We'll get after it. Yeah, you're absolutely right, fan man. That's the positive perspective to bring. Hiring Patricia gave us skinny pea and opened the door for Brad and Dan to improve this franchise. After everything, I'm very happy we fired Caldwell to create this era. Really no better way to put it. Without that, you don't get, without whatever that was called as culture, you don't get, without the Patriot way, then you don't get Dan Campbell's culture. Aggressive and also it's credible. Dan Campbell's regime is credible. They're former players. Matt Patricia, really, in the end, doesn't get a lot of credit because people perceive it that Bill Belichick was the mastermind. But Patricia did his thing, just not head coaching material. Lost the locker room in 72 hours. But got to end on a positive note, which is crazy to bring it full circle, fan man. I'll tease it. In the story, in the feature I wrote, Matt Patricia brought the VR to Detroit. He brought that advanced analytical model or advanced technology to Detroit from the Patriots, and they still use it. And the players love it. There's some small facets. The offensive line play was pretty decent with Bob Quinn. He knew how to draft linemen, and that's pretty much it. So with the criticism comes the fact that Matt Patricia brought the VR technology to the Lions, and they still use it. And I'm not going to give him credit for the hill. It's stupid looking, but the kids like it, and it's there. They can run up it. I mean, they probably, you always follow the money. It probably costs a lot of money to take it down. They're probably like, it cost us a couple of smeckles to put it up there. Let's just leave it. All right. Football tonight. Leave in the comments. Who do you think needs to step up? What do you want Doc to write about when the game is over? Obviously, a takeaway is going to be how Hendon looked. Obviously, how the line looks. Some reserves. But it'll be, like I said, it's a preseason game. Short and sweet. Try to keep it 600, 700 words. We'll try to do a video recap. I like this. I like these shirts my wife got me. So we'll try. But if not, the fresh videos will start popping again tomorrow. So let's get after it. Enjoy the game. Also, follow, as you see on the scroll right there. For more coverage, visit si.com/NFL/Lions. The hub of the operations. Real simple. On X, at Detroit Podcast. That's me, the doc. Having fun on X. No rules. I'm in full control. SI.com/NFL/Lions. And then everything else is just an extension. It's the podcast audio version, the video versions, the clips you can see on the website, the in-depth features, the opinions, the news. And then this site here, this YouTube channel, is for us to communicate, engage, see what's on your mind, get questions in from the let me see what you guys are saying. It's a great way to connect with you guys, and it's been fun. Yeah, Derek, wouldn't you say I have fun on X? I don't think it's taken all that seriously. And also, it's honest. The first word on there, I think, is entertainment. There are going to be very few positive posts about Caleb Williams. It's going to be one-sided. It's all going to be negative because I don't like the Bears. But you can follow along and you can ask. If you go, okay, is that serious or not? You can ask. Somebody asked today. I said per sources, and I put quotes. Somebody told me that's what they told me. Because I asked somebody. Someone was like, I'm confused. What do you mean you're confused? I said per sources. That means I took my phone out. This one, the black one. I got two phones. Ask the other reporters if they got two phones. You can only be serious as a reporter if you got two phones. One that's professional, and the one where you message people that don't want stuff to get out. I got two phones. One of them messaged today, a reporter, and said, how's Caleb looking? He's like, very meh. So I quoted it. If I use quotes, that means someone told it to me. So it wasn't that all that difficult to interpret. Somebody's like, what do you mean? And I said back to them, what do you mean? What do I mean? Per sources. I can't tell you who told me that, but you're going to find out who told me. You're going to see his face. You can figure it out, but I'm not going to explicitly tell you this man told me, but you can figure it out because you're going to see him. So I messaged, learned, and reported back. Now, did I leave out all the good plays? Sure. Because it's entertainment, man. We're having a good time with it. And by and large, it's fairly presumed that he's struggling because of the fact that that's a complex offense, and he's supposed to presume. I left out some key context with Caleb Williams, but I don't care. I left out the context. How many journalism rules did I break this week? 14, 15, 16, 17, all of them. But that's what makes it fun. They keep paying me. I broke all of them. I think I broke every one of the journalism rules that there is. But that's why I have the journalists on staff to keep control of the doc. Let me be me. You guys be you. We'll keep the lights on. I appreciate you guys. Humbly, my time is done. Any last questions? Holy cow, I was supposed to go 30 minutes. I went 25. It's a great time, man. Great time to be a Lions fan. Here we go. Last question here from Chuck. Phil, redefining journalism one question at a time. No, it's redefining journalism one podcast at a time. One internet broadcast at a time. Having some fun. And guess what? Everyone knows it. It's not that difficult. Boring, facts only gets the lights shut off. Period. If you just deliver the facts, never give your opinion, never offer any entertainment, never offer any insight, the lights get shut off. You have to provide a little bit of personality, a little bit of opinion, a little bit of spice, a little bit of drama, a little bit of everything. Straight sports journalism by itself gets the lights shut off. You need some fun. You need some laughs. You need some debate. You need some trolling. Chuck, has there been a noticeable improvement with Anso back with the ones following his hiatus? Haven't heard much about how he's been doing. Chuck, he's been moving well. He blitzed. He's moving well. Yeah, there's been a difference. They shut down the offense the last 2 days. The offense looked like slop. He's part of the reason. He's looked good. Hamstring got better. Luckily. Fun times, man. Thank you guys humbly. The site has been dominant. Numbers are great. Enough to keep the lights on. Yeah, absolutely. Journotainment. Infotainment is the best way to put it. That's what keeps the lights on and keeps people flourishing. Remember, there's a different vibe. I'm the one compensating the 3 staff members, so I'm in charge of their livelihood work-wise. It's a different vibe when you're taking money from a news company as opposed to divvying it out. It's a different vibe. You have to not only support me, I support 3 other people. So I take that task very seriously. Haven't laid off anybody. I'm trying to get more. Have you guys heard? I tried to get a second reporter to come with me and pay him. Lion said, nope. I'm like, okay, more for me. That's right. All the best chatters hang out with the doc. All right, my time's up. Thank you guys humbly. Like, subscribe, comment. This was a fun hour. It flew by. Let's go. Message at Detroit Podcast. Engage. Let's have some fun. Let's laugh. And let's just hope Hendon Hooker gets after it. Let's hope he gets after it today and shows us something. Make us talk about something else besides the fact that we want somebody else. I'm the Doc, John Macaroon. This has been the Detroit Lions Lone Wolves Podcast.